On the umpire is Pak will be Jamie Smith to take strike involved in the over of the day from the house stand-in for Pakistan.
Very good morning to Headingley. Bright sunshine greets both sets of players this morning, which is good news after 2 rain-shortened days, and we start day 3 with England leading by 195. They bowl Pakistan out for 171. They are 366 for 8 in reply. Jamie Smith is 16 from 35 balls, and he's just got Jofra Archer and Josh Tong for company, so we might see him playing quite aggressively this morning as England look to push that lead up over 200, and then it'll be down to the bowlers and down to Pakistan's top order to see how far they can extend this game, see whether they can give themselves a chance by batting well second time around, give their bowlers something to work with. Plenty of cricket left yet in this game. Mohammad Abbas. Good morning, Stuart Broad, how are you?
I'm very well. Good to see the blue sky here at Headingley after a few cloudy days, a bit of rain around, and the Pakistan batters will be delighted that the clouds aren't rolling in, because there has been movement in this surface. You could argue it's still a day 3 pitch and should be a good day for batting, and Pakistan will have to get these 2 wickets early and get nearly 400 runs to stay in this game.
Oh, that's a good ball. That's beaten Smith, who was just pushing forward. Ball pretty accurately, Mohammad Abbas. If you look at the economy rates of the Pakistan attack, Khurram Shahzad's going at 5.84, nearly 6 and over. Muhammad Ali more than 4.5 and over. Ali Usman, even though he took 5, is going at 4s. So Mohammad Abbas, just that economy rate under 3, has shown that he's been the most accurate of the bowlers so far. He's only taken 1 wicket, but he's been accurate there or thereabouts, as you'd expect him to be. Remember that
10. With seam in this pitch, as we've just seen, from a 82 overall ball, give me a brand new one and we'll be off this pitch in 15 minutes.
Mentioned that he took those late wickets last evening, Ali Usman, to get up to 5 wickets, and the last 2, although they were the lower order, Atkinson, Robinson, really highlighted in essence his threat. He got 2 in 2, 1 beating the inside edge, 1 beating the outside edge. You never know sometimes whether it's natural variation, whether he's using what spinners call a slight undercutter to get the ball drifting in. .370 for 8, a very early. Which means we've got 606 test wickets between us, Stuart.
We've got quite a few test match ducks as well. I do remember a time I overtook you on the list and you were very high up it.
The new ball.
New ball has been taken.
So it didn't take that long. Maybe they were just having a look to see what happened, whether there was anything there for seamer or spinner with the old ball. It'll be interesting to see now whether Ali Usman, the spinner, bowls with the new ball or whether they go to seam at both ends.
Well, it's the right decision. New ball early in the day.
Quite a defensive field for Jamie Smith. even though they've taken the second new ball, I think they sense that Smith will play aggressively once he's got his eye in. Fielders come in now for Archer, an extra catcher at slip, and those fielders on the boundary either side come in saving one. Excellent crowd in already. Who was the new ball picker in your
first and second new ball?
Chipped leg side by Archer, and the outfield, of course, extremely fast here at Headingley. So what were you looking for? Just the feel in the hand? You know, I've heard bowlers say they like a darker colour Dukes rather than a lighter coloured one. What were your preferences?
We were looking for no imperfections, really. So what you didn't want is gaps between the seam and the leather. We felt like that would stop it swinging. We wanted a pronounced seam, a sharp seam if you could. Smooth leather. If it was all bumpy, then we felt like that would affect how it travelled through the air. Ball to feel small. Again, you'd hope they were all the same, but they weren't. So yeah, one that felt sort of small in the hand. We tried to avoid the really bright red ones. We had a gut feeling that they wouldn't swing as much as the darker ball. But the biggest thing was actually the seam being stitched together tightly. We felt like if there were gaps in the seam stitch, their ball would go soft very quickly. And it might all be made up. It was just a gut feeling. No one taught us that. We were just making up our own ideas.
375 for 8.
And at times.
And sometimes you needed 3.
I think I took 7 in a week once against South Africa. 2008. That was a real low point.
Karam Shazad.
Do you remember that series? Ian Bell got, I think, 199 at Lord's, and then we bowled South Africa out relatively cheaply, 200 odd, but took a second new ball in the first innings. Then Smith, Amler, I could keep going. They got all hundreds in the second innings, so we took a few new balls there. Then we came straight here, Headingley. I think we might have lost the toss and were bowled out by T, and then AB de Villiers got 170 odd, and. So we bowled a lot then, and then I was batting at the end, just sort of closing my eyes and slogging a few, and I hit this ball to go past South Africa by 4 or 8, and I thought, I'm going to have to bowl another new ball here. And because I ran off by being out or not out after we lost our last wicket, Peter Moores, the coach, went, you may as well bowl the over, you only need 4 or something, and that just added up my new ball tally.
Well, coming down the hill here at Headingley from the Kirkstall Lane end can be a challenge, keeping your foot behind the line. Generally, that's where no balls will be bowled from. How many no balls in this match, Benedict, and how many have come at this end running down the hill?
I think the most important thing, both Muhammad Ali and Karam have done it, is they're slowing down in their run-up. Because of the hill, they're panicking a little bit as they're getting halfway through their run-up, that the momentum's carrying them too far. So they're starting off quickly, and they're slowing down halfway, and why they're being so inconsistent where they're delivering the ball. You almost need to flip that and start slower, build slower, get the stride pattern, then pick up the pace.
Well, Archer so far is looking solid. There's always a bit of motivation for the opening bowler to stick around. First aggressive shot from Archer, who was looking to advance, got it a bit short and has pulled it away into the western terrace for 6. First 6 of the game into the Western Terrace. England 385 for 8. Joffre just glancing up at the big screen. That 6 was replayed. Nothing better poor dear tailender loves doing than admiring his own stroke play. This was a terrific shot from Archer.
Yeah, and he's one of those lower order batters that averages 10, but you feel like he's much better than that. He's got the ability. He struggles a little bit against the ball that is a bit higher paced than 70 odd miles an hour and a bit shorter than that, but he does like himself as a batter. I think he scored some decent first class runs.
He's a good mimic. I remember that little clip on social media where he was pretending to be Steve Smith, and he's a really good mimic. I'm not sure he was pretending to be Steve Smith here, mind.
Yeah, I think he's fancying this bowling attack with a brand new ball, come off the bat with the harder ball to go to all parts. Knows that there's no threat above his shoulder.
Whether he bowled that deliberately then, Mohammad Abbas. I think he saw Archer advancing and kind of coming down the pitch to the offside. Yeah, he's saying that wasn't far away from leg stump. You can see leg stump behind Archer's leg there. I suppose the question is, Stuart, how late can a bowler adjust if he sees a batter doing that?
Gut feeling is that wasn't deliberate. He's just trying not to give width. I wonder whether Rizwan should come up to the stumps here.
He got it away.
Back up, guys.
But there was a bit of uncertainty in the shot. He was gonna duck and then didn't.
Well, I don't think he expected that from Mohammad Abbas. Setting up for that fuller ball to protect his stumps. Not sure why the upset. All caught a ball without gloves before.
Well, Archer's definitely looking to free his arms now. He didn't get that in the middle of the bat at all, but it has run away down the hill. It's beaten Muhammad Ali, who was looking a little stiff after yesterday's exertions, and England moved to 392 for 8. Would Mohammad Abbas be, just thinking about that throw in from the boundary, would he be a bit disgruntled that the new ball was thrown into the turf? You'd want the new ball thrown into the gloves, wouldn't you, so it's not softening it at all?
Well, yeah, you'd want it thrown on the full so you don't damage it. You want to keep it as fresh and new as possible, particularly with the dryness of the squares. You don't want to damage the leather. But I wonder whether it was more you've got backing up at the keeper's end. Mohammad Abbas wasn't expecting that to be thrown his end. No run out opportunity.
I'm getting half centuries. Smith is in trouble here. Yeah, he's gone. It's Shan Masood who makes no mistake at mid-on. Having looked in a little discomfort from a short ball in the previous over from Abbas, it's a short ball now that has done for Jamie Smith.
very disappointed with himself here. New ball into back of a length, but it's only stump height, and it looks like a predetermined swipe across the line and a simple catch straight up in the air to Shah Massoud. And Jamie Smith is just staring at the turf, wandering off, knowing that's a missed opportunity. Goes for 25, England just shy of 400, 9 wickets down.
He's going to get 4 here, but he really knew precious little about it. He was looking to flick that away on the leg side, a leading edge, but because that fly slip is very fine, that's given Archer a boundary to end that over. England almost at the 400 mark now, 399 for 9. Well, this is the point you were making in your area. He was wider on the crease this time, but Tong greets it with the straightest of bat and a huge smile as well as he gets himself off the mark with a fine straight drive. England's 400 is up.
And they've played well. Get 400 on this surface, England. Above par, you'd suggest, with the amount of movement and spin we've seen.
There you go again, just a variation in length. If the number 11 is just leaning on an on drive, you know it's too full.
Josh Tam has played a couple of shots today, both been boundaries, and if you ask him, I get the feeling he'd say those are 2 of his best shots in his life. One straight over the bowler's head, and this one right under his nose. Just taps it away quite easily. That exciting.
Gone. As long as it's not a no ball, which he's been guilty of, that should be the last wicket. And it is the last wicket. That's where you have to bowl at Headingley. Bailed trimming height, he got it right in the end. He ends up with 3 wickets. After 2 very full deliveries, 1 down the leg side, he finally finds the length and the line. Tung, the last man to be dismissed. England lead by 238. .409 all out, England. A lot of batters getting into double